Hey guys, my name's Missy and welcome to my channel where I am doing the Traits and Trades Challenge. This is something I've come up with. This is my goal to check out every single job that The Sims 4 has to offer and every trait that Sims 4 has to offer. I'm going to put them in the town of Newcrest. Currently, there's 71 jobs available. So I'm going to have 71 Sims and 71 homes in the town of Newcrest. And I didn't think about recording this until I had created my fourth character. So we're just going to start off with me telling you about the four characters I've created, and then we'll get into the fourth one. So this first episode is going to be about Josie, the scientist, and we'll go in and check out her home as I tell you a little bit about the challenge. So yeah, I logged into the game and my very first character got abducted by aliens. Again, I don't know what I do to have certain characters get abducted by aliens, but I think she's been abducted like 3 times. And so far, I've only had the men end up being pregnant, not the women. So I don't know if that can happen. We'll see. Anyways, she just got abducted. So this is Josie. She was Sim number 1, and she's a scientist. This is her house here on the right. This other house is Sim number 2. That's Don. We'll get into him later. So Josie went to college to be a scientist. Her degree, this is what I like about my little series is, you know, each house has a little bit of that person in it. Here's her graduation picture. Here is her degree, which she got at the Foxbury Institute in physics. And of course, she got it with honors because, you know, I'm only focusing on one sim at a time. So there's no reason why each individual sim can't be the best at whatever it is they're trying to be the best at. So here's her graduation picture, like I said. Let's turn the lights on in here so we can see everything. Auto lights, turn on all lights. Okay, so let's see what I did with Josie and why I did it. So I wanted to focus each house on that particular Sim's career and their likes and dislikes. When I was creating the Sims, I tried not to be picky. I just kind of let the system do its thing. And I'm trying to get better at letting the Sims themselves do their thing, other than obviously trying to make them the best at whatever it is they're trying to be. And once I have that under, once they are the best. Oh, okay. Yep. Don likes small talk. Well, now. Once they are the best, then that's it. I move on to the next character. I try not to touch that other character because I'm trying to let their autonomy take over. So here is Josie and what she likes. If I remember right, she started off with the first 3. The other ones she gained here, so I believe she was a romantic, self-assured, skeptical. I have that marked in another spreadsheet, which is something I can go into in a later episode. And then these are ones that I have purchased from the reward store. And then, of course, a couple that she's earned. So that's a little bit about her. And then her likes and dislikes. Those are all things that she kind of did on her own as well. I really did not try to pick any of them at all. In fact, I didn't. It's not that I didn't try. I just didn't. She doesn't like yellow. She doesn't like purple. She doesn't like gray, but she really likes the color green. So that's what I focused her home on. And she, as far as decor, she doesn't like island, but she likes boho. So that made it a little bit difficult because it seems like island and boho kind of go together. And your Sims really let you know if there's something in their house that they don't like. So pay attention to that. If they're in a certain room and they're like, they don't like the decor, and you're like, dude, I spent like $1 million in this room. It's something in that decor that your Sim doesn't like. So that's why this system seems to, for the most part, work. Although there's Josie over there in Dawn's house. Um, but they have different styles, so they, for the most part, tend to stay in their part of the home. But I try not to police that. You know, I don't have the doors locked for anybody like that. I just have their computers. Only they can use their computers. So here we are back at Josie's houses. These are little gnomes that she's become friends with rather than put them in the yard. I don't know. I just thought they look good on the wall there. Top floor here is her bedroom and her little office. And the bathroom, of course. Everything is on the green side, and everything's got a little bit of a boho thing. I can tell you, if you're sim like boho, this item right here, they just love, and it just makes them so happy. I don't know why, but it just seems that if they like boho, that's the happiness right there. Downstairs in Josie's place. Here's her living room. She's got these green curtains. Obviously, I got plants everywhere. Plants just seem to hide imperfections and also just make things look better. So, everything's got, oh, I forgot, she also likes vintage. So, everything's got a little bit of a vintage boho flair because that's what Josie likes. And green. And then downstairs, they have a shared downstairs down here in the basement. This is also where Sarah Botch lives. This is the robot that Josie made when she was lonely. And we can get into Sarah in another episode. She doesn't count in the trades and traits, though. Just because she's a robot and things are kind of limited with robots. So she's just an addition to the whole neighborhood here. She's kind of technically sim number 2, but again, she doesn't really count. Oh, everybody's asleep. Things are going real fast. So down here is the lab. Yeah, obviously she's sad. Somebody died recently. I don't remember who it was, but it's not somebody in the neighborhood. It's somebody else I created when I was building a house to put on the gallery and just to walk around in it. And of course, she became friends with her, but she wasn't part of the neighborhood, so I had to kill that person off. And now Josie's really sad. Okay, so this was something that she made at work. It doesn't do anything at all. So if you're waiting to wonder what that does, it just doesn't do anything. It makes this sound that you currently hear. And that's about it. These were posters I think she got, if I remember right, in college. Her field in physics, it's also covered under some other careers, so those are something we'll come across later too. I honestly can't remember, but it was something that she did that made her get those. This door and this window here, those were career rewards in the scientist field. I cannot remember what level, but those are also rewards to be a scientist. And then behind this awesome window and door is the science lab. So this is something that you can also, or that you get as a reward for science. It is called, what is it called? I'm sure everybody's like yelling. I know what it's called. I can't. Oh yeah, there it is. The test tube pedestal. It really doesn't do anything either, but it looks really cool. You can put things in it. They don't do anything if you put things in there, but that is an option. You can put things in there. Like these are some of the things that Josie has gotten when she's gone out on her rocket. I could put them in there. I don't know what the $ means. That's something maybe we can learn together. Maybe somebody can tell me later. I'm still learning. I've been playing this game since 2000, and you know, you'd think I'd know these things, but I don't. So these are other things that one was a reward, one I had to buy, but I think you can't buy it unless you reach a certain level in the science career. And then also this lamp is in the science career. It just turns on and off. I might have an aura to it. A lot of the things that you get in your jobs have an aura to it. Let's see if this one does. Set color. Oh yeah, disable emotional aura. So yeah, there is an emotional aura. So whenever my sim is in that room and near it, she will gain whatever the emotional aura that emits, and it will be obvious because it will show down below over here. All right. So that's for the most part what I can tell you about being a scientist. We will go with Josie to work later, and I will show you what it's like to be a scientist. There's a few things, even though she is at the top of her career, her daily tasks never change for the most part. You have these particular things you have to do each day, and whether you start out at level 1 or level, you're at the top of the field at level 10. Oh, poor Josie. Then your daily tasks pretty much are still the same. It's, create this, ask your coworkers for this, freeze some of your coworkers. That's always fun. I thought at first it was going to kill them, but it does not kill them. It just freezes them and makes them cold for a little while. It's kind of fun. So we'll go to work with Josie. I'll show you what it's like to be a scientist, and we will kind of complete Josie's life here in Newcrest. So she's over here visiting Dawn. They have flirted like a little bit, but they are definitely both single and loving it. I guess I should show you. I'm not going to show you Don because he's got another day here. But this is their shared space. This is their rocket that they have together. He doesn't really go up into it, but he does like rocket science, so therefore he does dabble with it. And she goes up in it. It's not completely upgraded. There's a few upgrades left to do with it. And this is the bar that they hang out at before they see each other off into wherever it is they're going in their spaceship. So I made it, I don't know if you see all these lights up here. I just had a fun time with the bar. I'd like to hang out in this bar. If I were in the neighborhood, it'd be a pretty cool hangout, especially with a rocket outside. It's amazing how nice and clean everything is with a rocket right outside there. But there you go. So that is where Josie lives. That is her house for the most part. And we'll step in here in a little bit and go to work with Josie so you can see what it's like to be a scientist. Well, at least in The Sims. Well, I've never done karaoke tonight, so we're going to sign up for karaoke night. It's got invited into town by Kyle. And Josie just decided to go to the bar. I don't know what happened to Kyle. Kyle went into town. So here we are. We're in the contest. We'll see what happens here. Actually got the big gigantic karaoke machine as a present from Santa Claus. I forgot to point that out in their bar. So she's really good to sing. She's at level 7. She's at level 7. Mateo. 47. Only got 47. She's skill level 7. Amazing. Yeah, I'd be mad too. Well, you guys, I left the bar early. Well, Josie did. And she ended up winning. She even, with the score of 47, she won. So, I'm sure to go back and defend my title. I don't know what I want. Oh, somebody he's getting abducted. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Scott's getting abducted. He might end up being pregnant. Last time my guy got abducted in one of my other shows, games I was playing, it actually wasn't until his third time that he ended up pregnant. So maybe we'll be safe. But all I know is I'm only playing this game, this household, just to catch you guys up on where I'm at in Newcrest. And if he is pregnant, I will not be playing this household. Children were not part of this deal. It was supposed to be a singles mecca here in Newcrest. So having a child's a whole nother matter. But that's okay. We'll figure that out. I know there are ways, that we could do that. But no, we're going to be humane. We'll raise the child, but I just won't be a part of it. It's a lot of families out there like that. Okay, Josie, we are going to go to work with you today. She was totally working out on her own. That is not something I told her to do. That's not something I would ever do in real life without somebody telling me to do it. But I'll go for a walk, but I won't go for a run. It's just not my thing. Especially when I'm in a basement looking at something. Okay. I'll just speed it up here a little bit. Okay, so when you get to work, you usually have these little messages. Today is unexpected visitors. It just means more aliens around. It's not like anything weird happens. So you just say, okay. And these up here are the things I need to do in order to fill up this bar. And the more I fill it up, the more money I make for that day. If you only make it here, it's not like you win awards. It just means you don't get to take home as much money as if you brought it all the way up to this bar here. So to get to today's bar, it is these three things so far. There will be more added as these get filled, but let me just show you around here. This is work if you're a scientist. There's actually quite a bit to it. Without going up or down any levels, there's all this area over here. This is a crater you can't get into. There's plants, there's things to dig up. Sometimes you actually have to go dig things up. There is a visitor area where people come and have picnics for some reason over here. There are some times when you are actually directed to do specific things that involve the people that aren't working here. So you come over here and you find them, and you usually use the sim ray on them. I'm laughing because over here, introduce yourself to Zara Rosen. Zara Rosen is sim number 4, and if I remember right, and she doesn't have a job. Here she is. She is my my avatar as well, but she is an alien, so maybe that's why she's here. So she's just here visiting. So that is interesting that she is here in this game. Over here, this is the creator. This is where you actually build your sim. It's the invention constructor. Apparently I am friends with the inventor constructor. There are things you can do. You can tinker with it, which just raises your skill level in, I think, robotics. I don't know. We can figure that out later. Invent a device, chat with a robot, which is how our friendship level goes up. We can upgrade it. The invention device, the sim ray I have, to upgrade it, we need more things. The momentum conserver, I showed you that already. The hover lamp, we have not invented that. If I remember right, we have not invented the satellite dish. We do already own the cloning machine. That is something we can also get into possibly later. And then, of course, the electroflux wormhole generator. I think I already have that because that's what you need to get to Sixum, which is the alien world. Use this guy here. So, also, there is a basement. In the basement is one of these things, and it's got one of those things in there. Basically, it's a little gnome. There might be something else in there, but you can't access it. And then also, I forgot to show you at Josie's home, she does have this decontaminator. It's basically just a fancy shower. We do have that downstairs next door to her lab. I forgot to show you that. That is something that is a reward within the science career, as well as all those other things I showed you. Here at work, you've got the microscope. You've got the same things that she has at home, but sometimes you're required to make certain tinctures and things like that, which Josie has honestly barely gotten into. The serums. So this is where you make the serum. There's loads of serums. I've only made a few. I only have the ability right now to make a few because there are some ingredients that I do not have. Maybe that is something that I can get into later. It's definitely not going to be something I can get into now. Reaper's friend. Drink this serum to temporarily become best friend with death. Oh, just temporary. Okay. So, loads of serums you could do. And then there's also another lab over here. And then there's an upstairs. A couple of parts of upstairs. This is obviously where they go and have lunch. They can work out up here. I thought they could take a nap up here. Yeah, I guess just on the couch, though. Another shower, another bathroom. There's more bathrooms downstairs. And then there's even more upstairs, and there's even more upstairs. And that takes you to the telescope here. So this is all work. And then maybe we can go to Sixum. I think we have that in our inventory here. In Josie's inventory. Let's see here. La, 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 la. Well, there's her Simray. She's made some bots. That's one of the things that you can do on the robotic station. But I guess we don't have the ability to travel to Sixum. Sorry, guys. That's just not something I don't think we're going to get into for this level. So let's do a couple of things to see if we can get some money. Let's go introduce ourselves to Zara first. Oh, hi, Zara. How are you today? And then start Neighborhood Hive Mind. That is with the satellite dish. And I didn't think... Oh, we do have the satellite dish. Okay. So satellite dish is here.
Maybe...
And we are going to go ahead. Neighborhood Hive Mind. What do we want? We want Angry Bladder Epidemic Dance Party Happy Town Knockout. I like Happy Town. So as you can see, introducing ourselves to Zara brought us up to just about here. Now we're going to go with the Hive Mind. Tourists, that's what I was talking about. Basically, the only place you're going to find a tourist is all the way over here. Where? Over here. And you have to wait for a tourist to show up, and I just don't feel like doing that right now. But we can... Oh, see, look, there's a couple things we need to do. But we can do some write-up on the computer. But apparently she needs to go to the bathroom first. So let's have her go to the bathroom. Yeah, hurry up. Caleb. That's fantastic, Caleb. Okay. A lot of time the computers are filled with people, but that's okay. I usually just go and use it, and they'll get off. Write up research on the computer. Where? Should be there. Write research. Yep. Okay, come on, buddy.
Huh?
Well, she's just taking her sweet little time right now. Oh, look, there's Xander. He's the other. He's sim number 3. I had a feeling he would show up too since the aliens are here. Xander and Zara are lot number 2. They are somebody. I'll get into Xander episode 3 and Zara on episode 4. And then we'll be all caught up on what I've already done here in Newcrest with the
Amuki Groba.
traits and traits challenge. Okay, so now she needs to tinker with something. So we're just going to put this back in our inventory. And we're going to go tinker with something. So you can see, even now I've done a couple of things and her bar's not filling up very fast. It takes some time. And our day is, you know, a third of the way through. Sarah's calling me. I don't know why. I can't believe you're still seeing Cletus. You know, I'm not seeing Cletus. I never saw Cletus. I saw Cletus once, and apparently he's married. And everybody in town still thinks we're together. But he was like one of the party people that introduced me to town. And he said he had a crush on me, and, well, Josie, that is. Here we are. All right, so brainstorm on the invention constructor, which is this thing here. So here we can brainstorm. Oh, apparently I'm very tense because of strangers. Even though he's my neighbor and we're really good friends, he is also a stranger because he's an alien, I guess. I'm not sure. So hopefully she can get over this tenseness because I don't want to go out to where the civilians are. Fine, she's over that. Brainstorm. You see, I'm still not up to. Oh, finally! Now we've got the silver medal. Now I can go mix the serum. We're done with that. Mix the serum. Let's go with the need fixer. I like about said Well, apparently, I don't think that one worked out. Oh, it says success. All right. See, I'm still not there. Discuss aliens with Zara. All right, Zara, let's discuss an alien. Discuss interest just to get me over there. Yeah, sometimes you have to go search for these things to discuss, and it's, you know, if that's what your task is, you think that the task would be right there. Discuss. Gossip about aliens. It's not the same. I don't know if that's gonna get me what I want.
Venorba KB Sibo.
No Quimbo.
Flows it.
Finay.
Ina. Florid.
Yes.
Oh, hey, that got me what I wanted. All right. Practice analysis. All right. Select the chemical analyzer and choose practice analysis. The chemical analyzer is this thing over here. He's on that one. There's another one over here. He's on that one. She's on that one. Well, let's just go to the one that's closest. Okay, let's get to the top and get. You run out of time sometimes, and you actually don't get to. Sometimes make it all the way to the top of that. So sometimes it's easier, especially when your sim is at the top of the career. Just let them go to work because then you don't have to sit there and fight and try to make the most money. It just automatically makes the most money. That's just my opinion here. Okay. Ew. All right. So now I have to clean it. Really? I'm a scientist. Anyway. So yeah, I don't get to make as much money today because this doesn't always work out. Well, there, I made that much money. I made the middle of Mart. And I can extend the day if I wanted to before got to this point, but you guys get the idea. Just basically see what it tells you to do and do it. Here's my spreadsheet that I am using for the lots. You can see the lots numbered 1 through 15 on the left hand side. And then the next column shows you the lot size. And then it will show you the number of tiles on that specific lot. Then number 4 shows you how many lots or how many sims I have dedicated to each lot. The 5th column represents how many tiles is dedicated to each individual sim on the lot. So the 2 lots that I've started with Josie and Dylan and Xander and Zara, they're basically the smallest at 150 tiles per sim. And then I have to do it again once we get to lot 7 and 8, where I will have, and 10, where I will have 4 sims on one lot. And then lot number 10 will have 6 people on the lot. The most room we're going to have is the biggest lot, which is the 50 by 40 lot there in Newcrest. And I'll have 8 sims, which is the maximum sims allowed when you work with no modifications and no custom content, which is what I do. And they will have 250 tiles per sim. So they'll have the most room. And I don't know at that, what I'm going to do, who's going to be where. This is just kind of what I'm thinking of. You can see the aliens lot, which we'll go over in episodes 3 and 4. Then lot 3 will have 3 mermaids. At least that's what I'm thinking right now. Lot 4 will have 3 werewolves, and I actually haven't played with the werewolves that much. It just hasn't interested in me. Usually I buy the lots or the packs and all that just for different wallpaper and different build things. So it's not always been about the characters for me. Lot 5 will be 3 witches, and lot 6 will be 3 vampires, and then we will go from there. These jobs here are not set. Lots number 1 and 2 are, but lots 3 through 15, it's all just a work in progress and what I'm thinking about. If anybody has any suggestions, feel free to let me know in the comments. And yeah, here's my spreadsheet, and I'll show you the other spreadsheets later that I've got for their traits. So the rules for my trades and traits, or traits and trades, it's definitely interchangeable, are just my rules. You can choose to play this however you want. The goal for me was to try out each individual job and check out all the traits. So these are the rules that I've created for myself. If you try to do this on your own, you can create your own rules. Rules are meant to be broken anyways, right? Number 1 sim per home. Number 2, 1 sim per career or trade. Number 3, university degrees apply if you have the university, or whatever that pack is called that has universities. If you don't, then don't do that. That's totally up to you. That's not a requirement. Number 4, play 1 sim at a time. So you just control 1 sim until they reach the top of their career. And then that's it. If you basically either move on to another lot or move on to another person in that lot, and you no longer control that person. They don't become a roommate, they become part of the household, but they're completely autonomous. They do their own thing. And that's not a hard, fast rule either. I'm sure there's times that I might end up touching another player to go cook something to help another player out. It's just the way it is. All right, number 5. Customize each home to their career and their likes and dislikes. That's kind of the fun part of the game. That's another reason why I started the game. I just like making the little builds and customizing each one. Number 6, turn off aging. If you don't know how to do that, I will show you in the next episode. And number 7, no cheats other than move objects. So no money cheats. This is, again, just my rules that I'm setting for myself. I am only using the move objects cheats, and then maybe some of the debug items for the most part, but only build cheats only. And then finally, use all the traits at least twice. That way you have at least 2 evil people. It's my way of playing some of these traits that I have literally avoided in the past. So I'll get an opportunity to check them out in this game. I think one of the things that's so fun with Sims is that there is no end game. You just keep playing. It's literally like you're doing little sitcoms, which is kind of how I decided to do this show or this little series here. Thanks for watching. Please like this video if you liked it. You're free to not like it. And of course, subscribe if you're interested in checking out more of the series. Have a great day, guys.